I'm going to show you how I draw a timeline so that it helps me to understand and answer the question. Okay, so this part, this is April 2019 test question. On 1st January, Ocean Berhad acquired a new aquarium. So aquarium here, the new aquarium here, this is the PPA. Okay, this is the PPA. So you have the aquarium and you bought that on 1st January 14. The purchase price of the aquarium was 55,000. So that is the purchase price, 55,000. And then the aquarium includes special air pump and filter. The purchase price did not include the delivery. So delivery is a cost directly attributable to bring it to present location. So you have to add into the initial cost. And then the estimated useful life of the aquarium was 10 years. Okay, tak bawah sikit. 10 years. Now, upon delivery, the aquarium underwent rigorous tests to ensure that it was fit for the tropical fish. So the testing cost is 4,500. So this testing cost is part of the initial cost. Remember the three element of initial cost: the purchase price, the cost directly attributable to asset to bring it to working condition, and to workable condition. So if you don't pay for the testing, you cannot use the machine, the aquarium. Okay, so that's all for the cost. Okay, and then the company also incur repair and maintenance. Repair and maintenance is expense off into SOPL, this one. Okay, this one cannot be capitalized. So you add up everything. So you get the initial cost of 63,000. Okay. Now we move on 1st January 17. Okay, 1st January 17. The aquarium experienced some problem. Upon inspection, it was discovered that its special air pump was damaged and need to be replaced. The company paid 2,800 for the cost of the new air pump. So this is new component. This new component is considered as a subsequent cost. So the cost is 2,800. So this is a subsequent cost. So you have to ask, does it increase the value of the asset of the PBA? Yes, because the question says the replacement will reduce the operating cost. So it does increase the value of the asset, maka you can capitalize. Okay, so when you have a new component, what do you do with the old component? So the old component you need to de-recognize. Okay, because you have an aquarium. Okay, you have an aquarium. And then this part, the old one you remove. Remove the old. And you put in the new component. Okay. So maksudnya you replace. That's why when you put inside, when you put in the new one, of course the old one you need to remove. So the old component you have to de-recognize. What do you de-recognize? You de-recognize the carrying value. Why the carrying value? Because old component is part of the PBE. So this PBE is depreciated. So when it is depreciated, it has accumulated depreciation. So when you remove the old component, you remove the cost as well as the accumulated depreciation. That's why we say we de-recognize the carrying value. Okay, so what is the carrying value of the old component? It is not given, so you have to compute yourself. So how do you compute the carrying value? The question gave you cost. The cost of the old air pump was 2,000. But what is the carrying value? Because we need to de-recognize the carrying value. So carrying value is simply cost minus accumulated depreciation. So accumulated depreciation is from the date you purchase up to this date when you want to de-recognize. So this one will take 3 years, 14, 15, 16, 3 years. So 3 years, accumulated depreciation is cost, so you have 2,000. divided by the useful life, 10 years, times 3 years. Okay, you have used the pump, the old pump for 3 years. So you get a carrying value of 1,400. So this is the carrying value that you will de-recognize. So that's why if you answer this question, the possible treatment, okay, you will have that de-recognize 1,400, the carrying value of the old component. Okay. Now, let's move on. So, on this date, when you replace, okay, this is saya letak sini replacement of old to new component. Okay, so on this date, you have to find the carrying value after replacement. Okay. Now, your original asset is here, the 63,000. Okay, we just put it here lah, original asset. The cost of the original one is 63,000. This is the cost. And then up to this date, you depreciate the accumulated depreciation. Okay, so how much is the accumulated depreciation for 3 years for this 63,000? So that will be 63,000 divided by 10 years times 3. Okay, so you get 18,900. Okay, kat sini. Dia kat sini sebenarnya. 63,000 divided by 10 years times 3 years. So you get 18,900. Okay, ini saya padanglah serabut. Serabut. Okay. So, this is the original asset and then this accumulated depreciation of the original asset. So, cara nak kira the original one, 63,000 minus 18,900. Okay, this is the original asset. So, because we want to find the carrying value, right? So, the carrying value is cost less accumulated depreciation. So, this is the cost, this is accumulated depreciation. So, you get this one. And then, you bought a new, you capitalize the new component, 2,800 here. So, you add. And you de-recognize here. So, you less 1,400. So, you will get 45,500. So, this is carrying value after replacement. Okay. So, after you get this carrying value, so subsequently, when you want to depreciate, this is the carrying value that you will use to depreciate. So, 1st July 17. Okay, let's read the question again. Okay, sampai sini tadi. So, on 31st December 18, it was discovered that the tropical fish suffered from a disease which weakened their immune system and they might not recover from it. So, Ocean calculated that the accurate fair value less cost to sell. So, from this word, we understand when you say that the fish suffer disease, this is the indication of impairment. Okay? So, that happened on 31st December 18. So, on 31st December 18, there is an impairment impairment test. Okay. So, doing the impairment test, you need to compare RA and the CV. To get RA is the higher of fair value less cost to sell. So, mana dia beri kat sini? The fair value less cost to sell and the value in use was 32 and 31. Okay, so fair value cost to sell is 32,000 and value in use is 31,000. So RA is the higher. RA is 32,000. Okay, this is the highest. Okay. Done with that. The company financial year ends on 31st December every year. Okay, so if you look at the requirement, explain the possible treatment of the transaction in year 2017. So you have to explain in the year 2017 is 1st January 17 up to 31st December 17. So you have to provide your answer. What happened at the beginning of the year where you change the component and then you depreciate. Okay, you depreciate your aquarium during the year. Okay, soalan dia tanya explain the possible treatment of the transaction in year 2017. In the year 2017. Okay, lepas tu dia tanya show journal entry to record C1 above. Yang ni C1 above yang inilah. So you have to show the journal entry when you purchase the new component. Also when you de-recognize. Okay, you de-recognize the cost and then you de-recognize the accumulated depreciation. So that's how you get the answer. Debit accumulated depreciation 600, debit SOPL and credit aquarium. Aquarium cost lah, credit aquarium, and you debit your accumulated depreciation of this amount 600. So the difference is 1,400. This one goes into SOPL. When you say de-recognize, it always written off into SOPL. Okay, you please check with the journal entry. I have given you the solution. Okay, and then you are asked to prepare calculate the impairment loss for the year 2018. So this is 2018. So impairment test you need to compare with CV. So what is the CV on this date? Okay, so to get CV is cost. Cost, okay, after you replace with the new component, this is the carrying value that you carry to the next period. So you have 45,500 and you have to minus the subsequent accumulated depreciation. So this one will take 1 year, this one will take 2 years. So you compute your depreciation based on this figure because this is the carrying value after replacement, a new one. So 45,500, okay, divided by the remaining useful life, 10 minus 3, so 7 years, times with 2 years for this period, 2 years. So you get 13,000. So you minus 45,000 minus 13,000, you get 32,500. So now you see that the CV is more than RA. So CV more than RA means that you will have impairment loss. Our CV cannot be more than the RA. So the difference is 500 is the impairment loss. This one goes into SOPL. Okay? Because this is a losses to the business. You have to reduce the value of your asset. So you credit your PPE 500. Okay, ini soalan just ask you to calculate If you are asked to prepare the journal entry, then this is the journal entry. Okay, but remember, if previously you have ARR from this aquarium, you don't debit SOPL, but you debit ARR. Okay, but for this question, you don't have ARR, so you will debit SOPL. That is a normal journal entry for the impairment loss. Okay, so that's it for the first part. Thank you.